creating something new, bringing about new conditions in our lives, changing the things that we've experienced, having a different experience of life in general. And so we've been looking at creativity in lots of different ways throughout the month. And through each one of those times we looked at creativity, we talked about the different practices that go along with that and what we can do to actually begin to experience something new. Well, today is going to be our first ever workshop Sunday. We are going to actually spend a little bit more concentrated time working through some of those spiritual practices that help us create something new in our life. And I've invited 3 of our beloved practitioners to join me in this. We have Debbie Little, Clay T. White, and Judy Poteet, who are going to lead you through these different processes along with me to see what we can do. You should have a handout. So if you didn't get a handout, raise your hand and I'll get the ushers to bring you one. You'll need a pen. We had clipboards there for you to write on, so you should be all set for that. If you need anything, just head on back to the ushers or raise your hand and we'll get you taken care of so that you have something to use as we're going through this. Now you have several pages in there. I think there's 8 pages altogether. One page is going to give you some information that you can take home and read about these spiritual practices. And on the back side is a place for you to actually write and to do things as we're doing these processes together. And so we're going to look at 4 spiritual practices that I have found so powerful to integrate together in my life. There's the practice of meditation, where we go into the silence and we do some deep listening to see what's going to be revealed. And then there's the practice of journaling, where we take those ideas and kind of work through them, contemplate them, write a little bit about them, figure out what does that mean? Why am I experiencing that? Why am I seeing that? How can I apply that? How can I change things to make it different? It's also an introspective practice where we go within and see what gets revealed for us. And then we have the practice of writing affirmations, which is more of a directive practice, a practice that takes us a little bit more into changing the conditions that we experience. And then the final one is where we integrate it all together into our spiritual mind treatment. That's our form of affirmative prayer that we use to bring about a change in the conditions. Now, we have this symbol here. It's similar to the one that's on the stained glass here, or the one that's hanging on the wall in the back, both of which were created by beloved members of our community. Hoop Peterson made the wooden one, and Christine Curtis Wilson made all of our stained glass that's in here. So these are examples of creativity, spirit moving them to bring something new into life. So on the side over here, let's see, that's the right side. Meditation is a reflective practice. It's a practice where we go within. And as I said, journaling is also a reflective practice. It's where we contemplate, we reflect, we surrender, we dwell. It's about the beingness, about experiencing spirit within us. And then we have the left side, which is the directive side of the process. It's where we choose, we declare, we release, we experience things. This is about the doing part of the process here. And so our practices that we do today are going to be a combination of all of those, reflective practices and directive practices. And so we're going to begin this off today with Debbie Little taking us through a little experience of meditation. So you have on your sheet there, the first page talks about meditation, but you might want to turn it to the back where it's just the blank lines that you can take some notes or anything that occurs to you as you are contemplating. It's okay in meditation to open your eyes and write something down and then just close your eyes and go back in again. So each one of these practices is going to be 5 to 7 minutes as we move through this. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn over our time to practitioner Debbie Little.
Good morning. So we're just going to take this time to contemplate and go into the stillness once again and just relax and give ourselves some time just to be still and to be in this present moment, which is a gift because we're going to let go of everything and just be right here, right now. So I asked you in this moment just to close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you. And just take a breath in and breathe out. And as we breathe out, we feel our shoulders relaxing. we feel that stillness embrace us as we settle in our chairs, as we get comfortable, just letting go of everything that came before us. Knowing right here and right now is the moment just to be still, letting go, being present, feeling the breath move through our body, filling every space, exhaling, just relaxing our shoulders. As we breathe in and exhale out, our shoulders drop, and we feel that moment of relaxation within our body. We can let go of our to-do lists, anything that came before us. Just being, breathing in and breathing out, knowing that right here and right now is a time of quiet contemplation. Just if we take that breath in again and just exhale, settling more and more and more to feel that embrace of love, that embrace of spirit moving through us, in us, around us, as us. So in this moment, I ask a question. What is happening in your life right now? What is going on? Is it the busyness, the challenges that life has to offer, the joyous moments? How comfortable are you in this moment with the life that you're living right now? There's no judgment. It's just acceptance and allowing. How can it be different? Or how can it build on the experiences that you are having right now? How can life move through you at this moment? Think about your life right now. With no regrets. Just feeling the emotions that you feel within yourself. Happiness, sadness, joyness, all those wonderful feelings. I want you to take a few moments just to contemplate your life right now. And how you can maybe move forward or enhance what is going on right now. So just take a breath in and breathe out and take this moment for quiet contemplation of how your life is reflecting right now. Now coming out of this moment with quiet acceptance and surrendering to what is, we just celebrate who we are, these unique, wonderful creations of life, created in our own unique way. So take a breath in and a breath out and relax into this moment and open your eyes.
Thank you for that beautiful meditation, Debbie. Appreciate that. We often say that the quality of our life is determined by the quality of the questions that we ask. And so when we sit in contemplation and meditation and we listen deeply, it then becomes an opportunity for us to ask those questions that will actually begin to transform our life. And so here to guide you through a journaling exercise, asking some of those deep questions, is practitioner Clay T. White.
Journaling is one of the practices that deepens our connection with our Creator. It allows us to open our hearts and surrender to that presence within us. We get to encounter the living God. Don't really expect thunder and lightning when you first start this. Now, it could happen, but just go for the feeling. Go for the peace and the calmness in the beginning. So as we begin to journal, some people for the first time today, I want you to think about some of the things that you might desire in your life. Did you read something this morning that was encouraging and you want to give it more thought? This is that time. Are you facing some challenges in life? Want more abundance in any area? Need to do some forgiveness work. Whatever it may be, this is why we journal. What are some of the things that maybe you just want to be thankful for today? Show gratitude. So whatever that may be, I want you to turn over your page, get your pen, and start to write those feelings. Start to contemplate. That blank page is sometimes scary, but it's okay. Just take your time. This is your way of communing with God. It's just another way. Journaling is transformative. It is life expanding. We're going to take about 5 minutes now just to practice. as you write, be honest, be authentic, and be vulnerable. So that was a very short time, I know. But journaling is a spiritual practice that has the power to expand God's peace, joy, love, and confidence in your life, within yourself. It's a way of opening your heart, your mind, and your soul. Know that this is the beginning of a journey of spiritual growth. That's what awaits you. Thank you for practicing.
Thank you, Clay T. So we've got a lot of information. We've sat quietly and we've listened. We've reflected upon that in our journaling. Now what do we do with it? How can we use that information to actually bring about a change in some of the things that we are experiencing, whether they're things that we don't really want to be experiencing or if they're things that are really so good that we want to keep them continuing. There are things that we can do to really bring about a more proactive change to the things that we experience in our life. And that begins with the process of writing affirmations. Writing affirmations can seem like a simple thing, but it is so powerful to find the right words to express the thing that we are wanting to experience in our life in a profound way. And so here to talk us through how to write some affirmations is practitioner Judy Petit.
Good morning. Affirmations are very often described as a desire to state what our intention is and do it positively. The problem is sometimes we have habitual affirmations. Oh, I'm having a bad day. I really don't want to affirm that. So I have to catch myself and maybe say something, well, It has been a difficult day so far, but that's out of the way. The rest of the day is going to be great. Do you see the difference? What we're talking about today is making affirmations that we're consciously making, affirmations that are positive, affirmations that are stating truthfully the desires that we want, rather than our worries or our problems at work or whatever it is that else we are turning over in our mind with our habitual thinking. So in order to make a positive affirmation, a conscious affirmation, first thing we need to do is make it personal. It's about us. And so we're going to be using words that touch us, words that have feeling or meaning for us. For example, here's some synonyms. See which one you resonate with and which one your mind says, ugh, to, okay? Rich, wealthy, prosperous, well off. Now, one of these will resonate to you more than another, maybe two of them. And it's those words that you want to use. You need to make it positive. I am wealthy, healthy, wise. I have, I know. Those are all affirming for yourself. You're making it personal and positive. Make it present tense. It's happening now. You're not going to do something. It's not going to happen. It's now, not in the future. So you want to avoid the words I will or it's coming or that type of thing. So when you're saying, I am a multimillionaire, well, sometimes my mind will say, yeah, right. So the next part is it possible? So is it possible? Is that something you are willing to accept, willing to say, yes, that can happen in my life? Is it believable for you? And if not, back up a little bit. Take some small steps. What if I said, I'm willing to be a multimillionaire? That I can relate to. And if I say that enough, guess what's going to happen? I will be able to affirm I am a multimillionaire. Or maybe I am cancer-free, or I am healthy, vibrantly healthy. See, the word vibrantly is a touching feeling word. So when you are making your affirmations, make sure they're personal, positive, present tense, and possible. Make sure they match your core values. And the last part is add some passion to it. How do you want to feel? I want to feel vibrantly alive, so I'm going to affirm that. Vibrantly healthy. Now, some people say be specific, and to a degree that's true. But I also want to open it up. You don't want to be specific on how it's to happen. You might be specific on how you want to feel, how you want the end result to be. And I always add this or something better to my affirmations, because that will create the possibility of something even greater than what I can imagine. I can imagine being vibrantly healthy, but I can't always imagine how when my knee is hurting and strain my back and I feel allergies. So that's when I would be willing to be vibrantly healthy. And then I will be vibrantly healthy, and I can claim that for myself. Another way I like to start them is, I am so happy and grateful now that I am vibrantly healthy. And that's putting it in the present tense, and yet it's allowing me to be that in that mindset. Affirmations are, as Kelly said in her morning meditation, are the conduit between inspiration and manifestation. So I invite you to take your journaling and your meditation and look at it. And in the back of your paper on affirmations, you'll see some blank pages, and write 2, 3, maybe 4 affirmations for yourself.
Okay, so here comes the fun part, putting it all together. So we have a form of prayer that we call affirmative prayer. Ernest Holmes, our founder, called it spiritual mind treatment. The reason they called it treatment was they used to go to sanitariums back when he first started doing this and give patients a treatment, a mental, spiritual treatment. So they would call it a spiritual mind treatment. And they would give them a prayer for the conditions they were experiencing in their lives. And that prayer was filled with affirmations. But it begins with 5 stages. And so our 5 stages are listed this way. Recognition. In the first stage of recognition, we are talking about spirit, the universe, that intelligence, the creative energy, God, Allah, Buddha, Atman, however you want to refer to it, whatever works for you. We are describing spirit in this stage. We are recognizing that almighty presence that is in, around, and through us and everything that we are. Our second stage of spiritual mind treatment is called unification, where we simply recognize that if spirit is all this, and spirit is the creator of all, and nothing exists outside of spirit, I must be one with it. So we unify ourselves with that presence of the divine. The third stage is the realization, and that's where your affirmations come in. So in the realization stage, we speak words of truth. We speak our truth for the situation here. And we speak our truth in those affirmative statements that we've just written there. And then, as Meister Eckhart so wisely told us years ago, if the only prayer you ever give is a prayer of gratitude, you've said enough. So we have to give thanks here. We know what spirit is. We know we are one with spirit. We know the truth, and we are so grateful for it. And then the last stage is the release. And the release is very powerful because it's an affirmation or a way of solidifying all of those truths that we've just said. And if we know they are true and we know them deep within our soul, then all we got to do is let it go and turn it over to spirit, and it's going to be done. And so release is a really important part in here. And in this one, we release it back to spirit. We release it into the law, into the creative mind, into the one that knows, into the allness and the fullness of everything. We let it go. And then we just, in our tradition, close our prayers with, and so it is. Oftentimes after that, people will also use the standard way of closing a prayer with the word amen. So we're going to take your affirmations that you've just written, and I want you to turn to the back of the Spiritual Mind Treatment page, and we have what is called a treatment template. And so in this one, I've written a recognition. I've written a unification. I just put the first line of the realization, and then there are some blank lines. And I'd like you to transfer 1 or 2 of your affirmations over to those lines there. So look at your affirmations you wrote, which ones really resonate with you in this moment, and put them on that page. And then we have a Thanksgiving and a release after. We're going to read it together in a moment, so I'll just give you a moment here to transfer your affirmations. There's no set rule on how you have to give a prayer. You can give a prayer silently in your mind, or you can speak a prayer out loud. I have found that when I am wanting to change a condition, there's a little more power for it in me if I actually say it aloud. Because in my mind, I don't know about you, but my mind can go off on a tangent and wonder about different things. So sometimes I will be thinking a prayer and get distracted, and I'm off somewhere else. But if I'm speaking that prayer out loud, I don't get distracted on it. I know what I'm doing, and it's coming out of my mouth, and there's a power with that. And so I'm going to invite you to speak your prayer out loud with us. We're going to do a collective prayer. We haven't ever done this yet in this building, but we're going to do a group prayer where everyone is praying aloud. And so we've got the recognition, we've got the unification that are already written, and then you have your realization. Now, some of you may be a little hesitant to read your affirmation and have fear that somebody else might hear it. But trust me, with everybody speaking in the room, nobody else is going to hear what you're saying there. So I really encourage you to take this opportunity. It's a safe space. Speak your affirmations aloud. And then we'll go into the Thanksgiving portion and to the release portion and let it go. And we're going to anchor our prayer with the song Use Me as we end our regular prayers.
Is it real?
I release?
I don't have.
It's not you. Oh, Use Me is the last one. I release. We're going to sing I release, everyone. That's even more perfect. I'm still a little tired. Anyway, okay. All right, so we're going to read this now. It may get a little choppy because, we've got 50 people in here reading, but the words are on the screen. The words are also on your paper. You can use either one of them as you're going to. So are you ready to play along with me? All right, let's go. Let's start it off. There is only one power and one presence manifesting itself as all creation. This divine spirit is the source of all there is. It is perfect, whole, and complete. Nothing can be added unto it, for it is the substance of all things. It shows up as unconditional love, perfect peace, and everlasting harmony. It is omniscient, all-knowing. It is omnipresent, always with us. And it is omnipotent. There is only the power that has ever been. God is all there is. Oop, I went too far. There we go. I know that this power and presence is living as me right here and right now. And I know that I am one with this infinite intelligence. And because I am one with God, I know that I am unconditional love and perfect peace. My life is God's life. So now we're going to do our realization. I now speak my word for myself. Go ahead. All right, let's give thanks for this. I am so grateful to know these truths. I am so grateful for the presence of the divine spirit in my life now. I give thanks knowing that all is unfolding perfectly in my life now. And so, in loving gratitude, I release this word into the law, knowing it is complete in the creative mind of God. I let it go. And so it is. All right.